Ancient Egypt, a land of pharaohs, pyramids, and powerful gods. For centuries, the Egyptians worshipped a pantheon of deities. They believed these gods controlled every aspect of their lives. Then came Akhenaten, a pharaoh who dared to challenge the old ways. Akhenaten's reign, around 1353 to 1336 BC, marked a period of dramatic change. He was born Amenhotep IV, but changed his name to Akhenaten, meaning effective for Aten. This change signified a profound shift in Egyptian religion. Akhenaten abandoned the traditional gods and embraced the worship of a single deity, Aten, the sun disk. Akhenaten's reign was a time of great upheaval. His religious reforms were met with resistance from the priesthood and, possibly, the common people. His reign was also marked by artistic innovation, as seen in the distinctive elongated style of Amarna art. Akhenaten's story is one of ambition, faith, and revolution. He was a pharaoh who dared to challenge the status quo, leaving behind a legacy shrouded in both wonder and controversy. His reign continues to fascinate historians and archaeologists today. Before Akhenaten, the sun god Ra held a prominent place in the Egyptian pantheon. However, Akhenaten elevated Aten, a lesser-known aspect of the sun, to supremacy. Aten was not merely a sun god, he was the source of all life, the creator and sustainer of everything. Akhenaten declared Aten to be the one true god, the only deity worthy of worship. This concept of monotheism was revolutionary in ancient Egypt. It challenged the very foundations of Egyptian society, which were deeply intertwined with polytheistic beliefs. Akhenaten's devotion to Aten was absolute. He composed hymns and poems praising his chosen god. He built temples dedicated solely to Aten, most notably at Amarna, the new capital city he established. This shift from polytheism to monotheism was unprecedented in Egyptian history. It was a radical departure from tradition, driven by Akhenaten's unwavering belief in Aten. Akhenaten's reforms were not merely about adding a new god to the pantheon. He sought to replace the old gods entirely. Temples dedicated to traditional deities like Amun were closed. Their priests were stripped of their power and influence. This rejection of the old ways caused significant disruption. The priesthood, who held considerable power, resisted Akhenaten's reforms. The common people, accustomed to the traditional gods, may have also resisted this drastic change. Akhenaten's religious revolution extended beyond theology. It influenced art, architecture, and even language. Amarna art, characterized by its realism and elongated figures, developed under Akhenaten's patronage. This period was a time of immense change. Akhenaten's unwavering devotion to Aten led to a complete overhaul of Egyptian religion and culture. Akhenaten's reign was relatively short-lived. After his death, his successors, including the boy king Tutankhamun, worked quickly to restore the old gods and traditional practices. Akhenaten's temples were dismantled, his statues smashed, and his name erased from official records. Despite this attempt to erase him from history, Akhenaten's legacy endures. His reign remains a period of fascination for scholars and the public alike. He was a pharaoh who dared to challenge the established order, a religious innovator who introduced the concept of monotheism to Egypt. Many questions remain about Akhenaten's motivations and the full impact of his reforms. Was he a true believer, driven by genuine religious conviction? Or was his devotion to Aten a way to consolidate power and weaken the priesthood? The answers remain elusive, shrouded in the mists of time. Akhenaten's story is a reminder that even in ancient times, religion and power were intricately intertwined. He was a pharaoh who dared to be different, and his reign continues to resonate with us thousands of years later.